McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the victorious Inder Bassi. Inder, how good does it feel to get back in that win column?
Oh mate, it feels wicked, do you know what I mean? Just finally be able to get out in the pandemic and be able to box and get the win, like you said mate, it's a wicked feeling.
That Jack Martin fight was a fight that two young undefeated fighters didn't need to take. I mean, you could have had that fight when you were 10, 12 and 0 for maybe an English sub-era title or whatever, but you were game enough to put that O on the line. Didn't go off your way, but you did it, so you're back in the win column. But go back to that Jack Martin fight. Can you pinpoint anything that went wrong in that fight and the reason for that loss?
I couldn't pinpoint and say, you know, I didn't train hard enough, for example, or whatever. I think there's a few reasons. You know, I was in the shape of my life. Maybe I was too confident. You know, I thought I was going to win with that. You know, I trained hard. I was in the shape of my life, best shape I've ever been in. But maybe just mentally I wasn't prepared. I broke my nose. That could be another reason. I'm not going to say, because I broke my nose, because I lost, you know. But I broke my nose the first time it's ever happened to me. You know, I fought almost 5 rounds with a broken nose. Maybe I was too small for the weight. You know, I weighed in, and I was the day of the fight, I was barely half a kilo heavier than when I weighed in. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say it's one thing, but it was a massive learning experience for me. Do you know what I mean? If I could do anything, I would do to take the loss away. But that loss has taught me a lot. Do you know what I mean? And it's taught me a lot about myself, and it showed. You know, I always knew that I had a heart and I had a chin, but I showed it as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones. But I'll come back from it. You know what I mean? It's made me hungrier than ever. And maybe if I hadn't lost, I wouldn't have moved down to welterweight.
There you go. Yeah. You mentioned about the weight type thing. I was talking to everybody at the hotel that you've got thoughts now of moving down to 147. Now I'm looking at the size of you. You're a big 147 if you move down to that weight.
Yeah, this fight I took on 2 weeks' notice. 2 weeks' notice, and I made 10 stone 10 on 2 weeks. So that's another £3 to go. No problem for me. Do you know what I mean? No problem. I didn't kill myself. Yeah, I had dinner the day before the weigh-in. How many fighters, you know, have dinner the day before the weigh-in? So, mate, I could make it. I could always make it. I'm always in shape all year round. You know what I mean? I don't blow up. I don't drink. I don't have silly eating habits. So my weight's always in good. I'm always in shape, so ready, mate. I'm ready.
147, like I said to you, you're big. You're what? You 6'2" or something? 6'1", 6'2". I mean, that's big for a guy at 147. When you look at that division as well, it's always been the money division behind the heavyweights, especially at world level and stuff like that. But it's a tough division domestic as well with your Conor Benns and guys like that. So it's a good old division to be in, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I'm here. Like you said, you know, I didn't have to take that Jack Martin fight, but I took it because I'm not here to just look good fighting, you know, bums all the time. I want to fight. I want the big fights. I want my name to be out there, and when the time comes, I'll take the big fights in the welterweight division. No problem at all.
Back to this Chris Adaway fight here. In the first round, you hit him a shot. Now we didn't quite see. He said it was the back of the head, and he seemed hurt. He was wobbly legged and stuff like that. So, can you confirm, was it the back of the head? Because we couldn't quite see and I couldn't get it back on IFL. So what was the shot?
Well, Kevin, my coach Kevin, he watched the fight, and a few others at home watched the fight, and obviously they showed a replay and that. It was a clear shot. He was gone. Do you know what I mean? But he's experienced in the game. He knows when to call, you know, back of the head, or he's done this, he's done that. But that was a clear shot. He was an awkward opponent, you know, running around the ring. It was hard to pinpoint, but like I said, I'm big at 147 and. I'll fight anyone, do you know what I mean? I'll fight anyone.
Yeah, you said that because, like I said to you, you fought Jack Martin when you were 2-0, so you're proving that you're game. But you and Kev, have you sat back from that Jack Martin fight? You've got the Chris Adaway fight now. Is it just a case of maybe reining you in a little bit and being like, let's keep building. Let's not jump into the big fights just yet. Wait, let's build up. Let's keep going, and then jump in.
Yeah, definitely. Listen. Boxing is not just about taking big fights, you know, because it looks good on paper or it might look good on social media. You have to build yourself up as a boxer, as a person, and then take the right fights. You know what I mean? It's all about timing. So, listen, I would take that fight again, you know, if I could rewind the clock, because I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting at home in a pandemic. I wouldn't have been able to fight. Listen, I don't mind fighting. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people said to me, you know what, you took the fight too soon. No problem, you know, it's a learning experience for me. I'm back. I'm not going to say I'm going to be back, because I am back. I've just fought again, so it don't affect me.
Well, one final word. When do you hope to be back out then?
I could be out next week, mate. As soon as possible. Do you know what I mean? As soon as possible. As soon as Lee gives me a go, you know, Inder, you box on this day, I'll take it, no problem.
Well, Inder, thank you so much for doing this 5 TV and congratulations on the win.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, man.